Let me know when the thing's going.
My bice docs.
Your bice docs.
My new box for Luran dice. Which
It's
our
very
friend
pretty.
gave to
Got
us.
from Greece.
As a thank you for climbing on her roof to save her cat.
Alright, Aylin's the button pressed.
Yes, the boop boop was sounded.
Cool. Alright, so last session was session 19. Guys, oh my god. We're really racking up. By session 44 in the last campaign, Alstaer and Luran were married, so we've really got to start making some strides with our relationships. So, just so you know. Right. We start the session with Piko in a glass casket. We assume from this that the Piko that we've been travelling with was probably a fake. Luran suggests a simulacrum, but we don't have any confirmation. We release Piko after ascertaining that his infection is being contained by an amulet that he is wearing, which is a green gem that Luran recognizes as a charm that he gave to his brother Saraza in order to protect a princess. Why does Piko have it? We don't know. During this time, Luran begins acting very strange, and him and Alstaer start playing a drinking game, during which he starts asking very intense questions and seems to want to leave. In the other room, Piko awakens and recognizes Alstaer from his portrait. So we all have little chats to kind of ascertain why Piko was attacked, why he's infected, why he's now down in the tunnels. These are questions that we don't quite know. There's also the sense that something is following us through the tunnels, and we have to evacuate as a Balhanoff appears and starts to attack us. It sends a mind message to Bluey, which says, "You will never leave this place," which is kind of scary. But Bluey does end up leaving this place, so screw you, Balhanoff, you were wrong. We have a fight with the Balhanoff, which is quite devastating, actually. But no one dies. It manages to transform its weird tentacles into people we love, but nobody gets too distracted by that. So, good for us.
You've been through too much for that, something as trivial as that to get you.
We leave the bank and decide to split up, with Astra disguised as Piko in order to draw whoever is potentially following us off the scent. However, during the chase, Astra is cornered in an alleyway and stabbed to death. Let me just repeat that. Stabbed to death by an unknown assailant who appears potentially to be a drow. But we don't know who it is. We don't know what they want. Astra drifts off to death because they were stabbed to death and is rescued by an unknown figure. Who brings Astra back to Luran's shop, despite Luran's shop being warded against people. Astra is delivered literally onto our doorstep. After talking to Astra, who is now very much alive again, thank you, random person who saved them, we find out that it is potentially the fake Mumsvisval who attacked Astra with wyvern poison. We all bundle in, quite scared at this point because one of us has just died, and the wards maybe aren't as safe as we first thought. Also questions Luran, who was sick earlier, and Luran just says he's fine and not to worry. Press X to doubt, as Alstaer and Bluey decide they will be on watch, taking over half the night each. I believe Bluey starts the first watch and Alstaer goes to sleep for half the night. And that is where the game finished.
It was indeed. So,
Wow.
To death.
to death.
Death.
Do you guys have any questions before we start the next?
Addition. We are level 4 now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are. Would you guys like to talk about what you chose? For
I
your
did not
various-
do that, so I'm going to do that real quick.
Cool.
I have thought about it, and I have done it, and I can. Do you want us? Would you like us to do a little? Here's what I did.
Yeah, why don't we go around the circle? So
Can I go last?
start with Anna, yeah.
Okay.
Of course,
Here's
last,
what I
we've done it.
prepared. Okay, so instead of taking 2 ability score increases, I did a feat, and that feat is Shield Master. If I there's like 3 main components to it. But it's basically using the shield as an offensive sort of thing rather than just defensive. If you take an attack action, I shall say if Sparks takes an attack action on her turn, she can use a bonus action to try and shove a creature within 5 feet. So that's instead of using a whole action to shove. If you do it with the shield, then it's like attack, which is very cool. If Sparks isn't incapacitated, she can add her shield's AC bonus +2
Very
to
cool.
a dexterity saving throw made against a spell or other harmful effect that targets only her. And then, if she is subjected to any effect that allows a dexterity saving throw where you take half damage on a success, if you succeed, you can choose to take no damage if you use your reaction. If she uses her reaction. So, it's like she's putting a shield between herself and the effect. So that's...
Very cool.
Yes, very cool. It's protect herself for longer. It's a bit better
Protect other
avoiding
people.
things. Yes, it's all part of. I really want to protect these people who I've come to care a lot about in such a short amount of time. And I guess also it fits like she is the shield against the endless terrors that lie beyond the stars, as her oath says she should be. So
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Amazing.
Well, shimmy.
Perfect.
On to Aelin.
Aileen.
So Astra, reflecting like this bond forming with Alstaer, and like her curiosity and like hyperfixation on both magic and nature, Astra has gone for magic initiate druid.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Taking druidcraft, primal savagery to not be able to fully transform, but do a little partial transformation, and also
3 out of 4 have that now.
and also Goodberry, the most like mum spell period, so that I can just make sure that everybody gets what nutrition for the day.
Okay.
Right. I need to just run this by Emma before I do it. So Emma, could you mute yourself?
I can, yeah. Look at this.
I have chosen.
La la.
I have chosen. Haha. Sorry. I went for a feat because this is just for fun, shits and giggles. And I went for 1 second. Let me just hope that this loaded because if it didn't, that's really annoying. Yes, I went for the feat Shadow Touch, which gives me some cool extra abilities.
Makes sense after your brush with that monster.
Yeah, and have some extra fun things that will be revealed during the game, I guess. So
Fab.
I won't
Okay.
explain it too much.
Well, with that, as I'm sure you guys can tell by the music, we continue our nights of watching and resting.
Do you have to roll anything?
Have you guys already done your d8s for any encounters or anything that might happen?
No.
Okay, so as you guys are going first, Bluey and Alstaer, can you both...
No, it's Bluey and then...
Right, sorry. Bluey, can you just roll me a d8, please?
A D8.
Sorry, I should make this music more night-timey now.
7.
A 7? Okay. Well, with a
Do I need to perceive anything?
Do you need to perceive?
Is there anything to perceive?
This is just a well, I'm just going to pause the music for now whilst it's dark, whilst it's nighttime, and then start it again. You don't need to perceive anything. You are sort of just in Luran's shop. The shop is shut. Other than Sleer, who came in last, obviously, no one's come in since. There's nothing really to speak of. The only thing I will say for you is just to remind you about a little detail from last game, which is
Night sky.
Bluey, when you... Sorry?
Oh, so I thought it was to do with the night sky. How
Well,
everything looks
good on you. Yeah, but so...
Oh, yeah, there's...
When you look out the window, kind of just sort of distracted by, wondering whether you still see those shadows, I'm out of sync. Why? There you go. You feel the darkness kind of pooling, like these shadows are thicker and heavier than they're supposed to be. And those words sort of just stick in your mind. You're not supposed... Excuse me. You will never leave this place.
Oh.
Would I be able to do some sort of nature check? As in, if those words are in my mind, have I actually left this place? Is there something kind of detectable about my environment? I think that's what you would think of.
You want to make sure you are where you are. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
You'll want to do a Arcana or a Perception or Investigation check. You get one of those options.
Perception or investigation. I'll do perception. It's not the best. Oh, 18! Sorry.
Oh!
Very good, very good.
I'll say this. Yes. You do appear to be in Luran's shop. There's just a certain physicality, presence to everything. When you pick up a reading block from Luran's desk just to test it and drop it, it has the weight you'd expect wood to have. A paperweight has the same effect, a quill the same effect. Everything seems to be correct, and as it's supposed to be.
Correct.
The only thing that is out of place are these shadows, really. And actually, I think what you see out of the corner of your eye with an 18 is the hallway which leads to Luran's shop is arranged like this. There's an arch. There's a curtain which has a sort of like slit between it, which Luran can go through, obviously, but it obscures the back of house. And then there are just like shelving units which have like items piled up high. And the outline of all of these things, the slit in the curtain, the boxes on the shelving units, all of it kind of layers up to almost look like that absent space in the middle is shaped like a person, and it makes you jump. But when you look, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. If you've ever seen The Night House on Disney Plus, that's kind of the effect I'm thinking of.
I have not, but that sounds interesting. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
I'll try and find an image to send to you guys.
Yeah.
So it's the negative space.
It's a negative space, kind of looks like a person almost, but it's not. When you look at it a second time.
I think she might do a tiny like little scream, and then be slightly embarrassed.
Readjusts as he sleeps. I think you guys are all kind of sleeping bagged up on the floor, right? Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big slumber party.
I'm sending you guys an image in the Discord
Thank you.
of the night house.
Is it like we've brought that place with us? Who knows?
Oh.
You certainly don't. Haha. Do you see it? What I mean there?
Yeah.
That's literally a perfect. The Night House is a very good film, actually. I thought the way that they dealt with all the sort of different themes was very good. So if you ever want to watch that,
Okay.
and it's not too scary. It is scary, but it's not too scary. Rightio. So
I'd probably
Louis in this one, yeah.
Yeah, I'd go up to Alstaer and gently Alstaer.
He extricates himself from Luran. Hi.
Hi. I think it's been a while. Are you happy to do next watch?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Did you see anything?
Did I sleep okay?
Did you see anything?
Oh right, sorry. Everything seems a bit look, not really. I thought I saw somebody for a moment, and then it was just like how Luran's shelves were arranged.
You were
felt very
stupid.
silly. Yeah. Also, it's been hard to see because it seems really dark outside.
Alstaer,
It is night.
But Alstaer, if you were to roll me another a perception check, please.
7. The worst perception check almost.
It's night. You're so right.
It's
so
night
right.
time. It's like, yeah, Emma, don't pick the wall.
I know. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I'm gonna paint over it. It's not good.
Well, I'm sure it's okay. Get some sleep, and if anything happens, and if it gets darker, I will turn a light on.
Okay. Thank you.
Sleep well.
Bat.
Good luck.
Alstair, you take up a little watch, settle yourself. You can even sit in the chair behind Luran's desk if you want to.
He does. He's like, I'm Luran. I'm the boss.
Without you there, Luran kind of takes up the whole of the flying carpet and wraps himself up in that blanket. It looks quite peaceful asleep in this moment.
I make potions. I sell them for too much money.
Is there anything you would like to accomplish as you do your watch?
I would like to make sure everything's in order and see if I can find any gaps in the protection enchantment Luran said is around the store.
Sure, you can just walk around the room of the store then. I'm going to spin your perception check this way. I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
It's nighttime. I'm sure that's what you said to Bluey.
God damn it.
But the longer you look and the more you think about it, whether you wanted to admit it to her or not, it's hard to say. But it is darker than usual tonight.
And put a tiny oil lamp on.
Sure.
And that just makes the shadows grow longer.
Longer, and for a moment you just kind of see like a little movement in the corner of your eye.
I immediately turn around.
And you just see a potion bottle with like a glitter kind of just shimmering, which has been refracting with the oil lamp you've lit.
I tap the bottle.
It taps back. Bom bom.
What? Can I investigate the potion bottle?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You tap it, bom bom, it taps back.
Does it have a label?
Is
Is it potion of tapping?
It's not potion of tapping. It does have a label. It is a potion of etherealness.
Do I get anything from a natural 20 why it would be tapping?
Probably because when you interact in any way with the ethereal plane, an ethereal self is always kind of like mirroring what you do.
I peer inside the bottle. Hello.
Hello, let me just check. I just need this picture.
Ethereal Alstaer.
Okay. Excuse me. Let me just check.
Am I cute?
Okay. You are very cute. So, when you kind of tap the etherealness potion, it taps. It taps back for a moment, and when you open it up and it pops, a little fizz comes with it, and when it touches your skin, all of a sudden that kind of like light gold color begins to sour and turn black, and where it just sort of slightly spills on your skin, it's almost like you're looking through your own hand.
Heh. Is that what it's supposed to do?
I don't know. What do you do, Alstaer?
Is this like a bad thing?
Don't know.
Alstaer kind of quietly edges over to where Luran is and goes, Luran. I'm so sorry.
What?
He holds up his hand and holds up the bottle. It was tapping at me.
Luran sits up and kind of wipes his eyes and looks at your hand, and then looks over at the bottle and says, well, I mean...
What's happening?
I don't know. Have you tried wiping it off?
He wipes it along the carpet.
Oh, fuck. Okay, when you wipe it along the carpet, it regains that kind of golden sheen. And your hand kind of starts to look whole again. And Luran just says, it's personal etherealness.
So there's nothing to be worried about.
I'm not sure. It's never done that before.
He grabs Luran's hand and puts a drop of it on his hand and watches.
It just kind of glitters and glows on his fingers.
How come it made me go yucky and you're fine?
I'm fine. I can do some tests if you like.
Well, also pours a bit more in his hand. Test.
Okay, well, you have to ingest it for it to... Oh, and you have a hole in your hand about this big. You can see through.
So if I drink it, am I going to get a hole in my stomach?
I don't know. But
I
I would advise not drinking the potion without... I feel like you're going to drink it at any moment, so I'm just going to slowly take it from you. Do you let him take it?
He does, but he's just like...
He takes it and he puts the stopper back in, and whether or not you're disappointed by that, it's hard to say.
But it's not supposed to put a hole in my hand.
No, you might be allergic.
To a potion?
It's possible. It's entirely possible. Sometimes when you're allergic to a potion, it makes the negative effects, if there are any, exasperated. So etherealness potion allows you to turn invisible by going into the ethereal plane. So maybe it's making you turn invisible, even to your own eyes. So that's not a good sign. Maybe just stay away from it for now.
He creeps over to Bluey and puts a drop on Bluey's hand.
Bluey's hand goes and it melts through, and it's similar thing to yours. And Luran goes, "You're both allergic?"
He creeps over to Astra and puts a drop on Astra's hand.
Glitter!
He does that to everyone else in the room, including Pico.
Glitter, glitter, glitter!
So Bluey and I are allergic to a potion.
Yeah, it seems to be so.
As a player, it was just us two that saw loved ones in that monster, right?
Mm-mm.
No?
Sleo did as well.
Oh. Oh.
Are allergic.
Luran says, were you two injured by that creature?
I was injured in my beast form, but technically that doesn't really carry around a lot. And Bluey was Sparks was really injured.
Okay, maybe this was a leftover effect of that. I'm going to go with that for now. That's the working hypothesis. I will interview Sleo I don't know her name, Astra in the morning.
I want to speak to Astra as well, seeing if we could get like a bit of a composite sketch going of the person who stabbed them.
Okay, it is 2 a.m, so let's go to sleep and do
I
that.
can't sleep. I'm watching. You can go back to sleep. Then. I wake you up.
Is Bluey awake?
No. Unless you woke up at also putting a drop on your hand.
Then Luran says, wait. Before you go and watch, something very important. Come
What?
here. Come closer.
He comes closer.
He gives you a kiss.
Alstair's nose goes red, but he rolls his eyes and goes back to sitting in Luran's desk.
Perfect. Alrighty, you guys, you sit down and you continue your watch. Can you just roll me a d8, please?
3.
Okay, again, good. All good.
Alstair continues putting drops on and wiping them off his hand.
Until the potion is empty.
He doesn't take the potion, he uses the big one on his hand. The big drops.
Gotcha.
He's like,
Eventually, once it gets thin enough, it's just a faded kind of black smudge.
yuck.
Mm-hmm. Next up in the watch order, you only need one more person.
Everyone else is not very well.
Okay.
It would have to be Luran, wouldn't it? He's the only one who
Kev?
seems...
Kev would probably be okay.
Kev?
Sure.
Alright. Alstair creeps over to Kev and just goes, Kev.
Your Highness!
Wow, I didn't even have to raise my voice.
I'm always looking out for you.
Right, would you look out for everyone else tonight?
Of course.
Okay.
Wait, was there anything to report?
No, just a potion that Bluey and I were allergic to. Sorry, Sparks, sorry.
Sure.
You weren't.
Oh, you poured it on me?
You poured it on everyone.
Ah. He looks down at himself. Glitter.
Glitter.
Alstair, before I start my watch, do you mind if I speak to you?
About what?
He looks a little bit flushed. It's something I've been trying to talk to you about for a while.
What's
And,
that?
well, maybe if we could just go around the corner to somewhere private.
No, we need to all be in the same space because Astra was just stabbed brutally to death.
Well, but how about behind that curtain where we can still see everyone, but it feels more private?
Okay.
Please?
He acquiesces to the request.
Alstair, I'm sorry I came here. I think maybe, perhaps, you would have felt more comfortable without another Messian presence. And I should have considered that. But I think I can kind of see that your parents, their royal majesties, highness, very high, very beautiful and royal, who I'm very loyal to, maybe haven't treated you the way I would have treated you if I had been your ruler. I'm trying to just say in a very roundabout way that I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And may I and he reaches out to take your hand.
Alstair's like, okay. It's got the black smudge on it.
He gets a little hanky and starts wiping it
Thanks.
for you. And just folds it away. Holds your hand and just says, I promise that you can trust me.
I do trust you, Kev. It's just, I feel like my parents have an agenda, and I don't know how much a part of that agenda you are. So
I'm not a part of it.
then we should be fine.
Well, if you need a confidant or a friend, I would love to be those things for you and more. Anyway, good night.
He also just like, what? And then he crawls back into the carpet to go to sleep.
Okay. And you do indeed do this. You sleep. You wake up in the morning. And all is calm.
Is it?
Well, Astra, you wake up feeling like death, which is really funny because you almost basically you did die yesterday. In your dreams, you sort of see that person who you saw attached to the Balhorov. And you know it's your father. You just know that information, even though you have even though you have no reason to know it. But you have this feeling as you sleep. You feel as if you have seen this face before. Where or how, you do not know. Aelin?
Yes. Sorry, I'm writing furiously.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. That's fine. I wasn't sure if
I was waiting to see if there was more descriptions to write down.
Well, you know what your daddy looks like, so...
Do I?
You do. You saw them.
And they looked like...
Odyssey.
Would you mind re-describing them for me? Like
Yep,
what this version looked like?
Looks exactly the same as what you'd expect from the previous campaign, but I'll describe it again anyway. Traveling cloak, purple skin, similar to yours. Horns, again, similar to yours. Long hair. Some lines around their face, just showing their age slightly. Look at that chicken. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The reason I ask is because in the second future campaign, the once and future campaign, we like Odyssey had multiple disguises, so I wanted to ask which appearance we were seeing.
You were seeing the original appearance.
Okay.
And somehow you know that that person was your father. This is your blood, your family. But there's no way of knowing exactly how that's possible.
Magic.
Right, and you all wake up the next day. Luran has risen, as usual, early. Sorry, were you going to say something, Aelin?
I was going to say, it's magic, in it? But like a goofball.
It's magic, it is. So you wake up the next day, and when you do, you look around and you see that Luran is gone. But you swiftly find him. He comes down fully bathed, dressed and clothed, looking wonderful to the nines. Today he is dressed in pink and gold.
I would like to accost Astra.
Okay. He is carrying... Well, no, he's not carrying because he's magical. He is wafting down with some magic a tray of leftover spruce cake and baked goods from your excursion the other day, as well as a steaming pot of something hot and spiced smelling, and he pours out like it's this creamy looking liquid with like
chai?
a warm... It is chai, yeah. Anyway, everybody gets a cup. Everybody gets a pastry.
Can't accost Astra.
You can do whatever you like. Astra? Also accosts you. Punch. Roll for initiative.
Alstaer sidles over to Astra and just sticks to them and goes, Astra, how are you feeling?
Astra just like blinks blearily over the tea, takes a sip, and then looks over. I'm doing Well, I feel like I did die. But the tea helps. Thank you, Luran.
That's good.
You're welcome. He calls back. He is already behind the curtain and is starting to open up the shop for today. And you hear the bell go occasionally just to say a customer's come in. But he does well balancing, splitting between the floor and here. In fact, you actually think you see him twice occasionally.
Also, it's interesting. Astra, look, I know that you must be having a difficult morning, considering that you were brutally. He seems to reconsider his words. That you had such a terrible experience last night. However, he pulls out his journal. Could you please maybe give me a description of your assailant so I can work on a sketch for us to have to add to the many identities of this fake Mums Spell?
I would like Alstaer to roll me an insight check. The DC is 25.
Well, roll for 25.
Slay meets it beats.
So,
Whoa.
Is that a 19 plus 6?
yeah.
What a good shot.
Which was
All right, guys.
the same as my deception.
So you do have to be honest with each other
Yes.
as much as possible.
Alstaer being like as close and, just at this point having spent enough time with Astra to really like pick up on like their little tells and idiosyncrasies, yeah. There's definitely something that they don't want to say. Like
Astra. Yeah.
Like they open their mouth to like to say something, and just like the set of like their jaw, you could tell that there's something that's going to be held back.
Right. Astra, Kev introduced me to this wonderful thing last night. Pulls Astra to the storeroom and pulls the curtain across. Now you can tell me what you want to say.
Kev looks at you from between the split in the curtain like, what?
Go away.
Okay.
The attacker was like me.
Like you, as in about your height, your presentation, your race, had big horns.
Like me, minus the horns and the tail.
Oh, so they were a drow. Also says very offhandedly.
Yeah, there's this look of like fear across her face, like.
Do we as a party know that Astra... So has Alstaer made a guess?
Anna, you can just mute again and go back to your little eating habits. Bye-bye.
No, wait. Yes, you guys know that Sleer was attacked and mortally wounded.
Yeah.
That much was obvious.
The thing that she did not say is that the attacker was a drow. Because she didn't want to reveal that that's what she is, which...
I'm not sure if you heard me correctly. I was wondering if we as a party knew that Astra was part drow currently.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, no. It's not something that, like, they would have revealed. It's something that Alstaer would have picked up probably because of his time in the Underdark.
That's it. Alstair is looking at you with complete blaseness. The news does not strike him at all. He's like, so that's a good start. He writes drow at the top of the page. I'm going to need a little bit more though.
It happened very fast.
Tall, short. Did you see the set of their chin?
Can I roll some sort of check to be able to provide this information?
Mm-hmm.
You can do. You can do a... So we'll do an investigation check, and that's going to sort of be you rifling your own memory for this information.
Okay.
As you guys are talking, you hear the doorbell kind of ring open again, and a couple of customers come in, and Luran goes over to assist them.
Luran would notice that a lot of the potions have been organized on the desk in like concentric circles. Seems also had some.
He gives you a wink.
That was an 18 for investigation.
Okay. With an 18, you can't recall the upper half of their face at all because obviously they were wearing a hood. But you do remember a slightly sharp chin, narrow face, like a couple of scars on their neck and going into their shirt. They were about your height, maybe. Wait, you're 5'10"?
Yes.
Without the horns? Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
They are just, well, with the horns, obviously, you're taller, but and up to your stature, to your eye line, they're roughly the same height as you. Maybe a tiny
Astra
bit
would
taller.
provide, like, everything in full detail. And, like, as well as more than just their face, the hand that they grabbed to
That's really useful.
cast inflict wounds.
Okay.
Alstaer takes all of these notes down. I think I'll need like an hour to make a sketch. If you don't mind sitting tight and having some chai, then we can work from there.
Indeed.
I think Astra would want to just kind of huddle up next to Alstaer if allowed, and just kind of silently sip tea.
Also just starts drawing, and he is completely focused on the drawing.
Sure. Whilst this is happening, Bluey and the rest of the NPCs. So we have Ender. No, we don't have Ender yet. We have Kev. We have Chorus, who is Piko-Taro. That you can choose which name you prefer to call him, Piko or Chorus. And Bluey, you are also there. You are waking up, eating a pastry. How do you proceed your morning?
I think, well, she definitely would want to be, like, she might be interested in how, like, Chorus is, like, acting, like, how, like, maybe what his mannerisms are. It might just be part of a general, like, keep eyes on people here.
Sure, you could probably go through to the shop if you want, because I think Piko-Taro would probably be interested in some of the wares that Luran has. So you could just follow him around, potentially.
Sorry, I don't mean to stare.
No, it's fine. I didn't think you were in the way at all. He smiles at you and says, you're Bluey Sparks. Which do you prefer, Bluey or Sparks?
I've mostly called Sparks, and
Alright.
I am good with that. And you can also call me Bluey. Your Highness.
You don't have to call me that.
Okay.
And what's your occupation, Bluey?
Temple
If you have one.
inhabitor, except for right now.
Now you're shop inhabitor, I assume.
Exactly.
He smiles and he kind of like... Yeah, he smiles and he just sort of plays with the charm around his neck as he looks around the shop. But I have to say, I am grateful for your company. You seem like a very interesting bunch. Do tell me, how did you all meet?
Well, a few of us got I wouldn't call it a summons. We got an invitation to the Temple of Bahamut.
Up north. Of course.
Yes. And on the carriage between No, hang on. It was through the. If I had the map open, I'd be able to. Through the rocky place. Where's the rocky place? Or near the.
Sunken.
No, not this. I think you went through the sunken city from Melas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from Melas, so travelled in that northwest to northeast. We're on a cart, and several of us on there, including Alstaer.
And you just stuck together all this way down to here.
Yes, after a lot's happened in the last week. How long's it been?
It's been like a week and a half, maybe 12 days.
A lot's happened in the last fortnight. Very soon after becoming acquainted with each other, we, I think, saw the first hint of the dead problem.
I mean, beautiful. Your report of what's happening up north is invaluable to me. I hope you understand that. But unfortunately, it is not only happening up north. It is happening everywhere. We just don't see it yet. My hope is that if you are willing, we might be able to work together to figure out where we go from here. But I think at the very least, for just today, whilst you're recovering from quite a hefty blow as what happened to your friend sounds shocking, we can take some time to ourselves. Besides, only yesterday you were also attacked by a monstrous creature, from my understanding, on my behalf.
Attacked on your behalf? Oh, sorry. Coming after you? Hang on.
I am
coming
sorry.
after you?
Yes, you were coming to help me and were attacked on the way.
Okay.
It is my fault, so I do take responsibility for that.
How is it your fault? I don't follow.
Well, I was the one. Well, I suppose I also slowed you down, but I was the one who brought you down there, really.
Yes, but you didn't attack us.
No, I know, but okay, right. He gives you a pat on the shoulder. It's okay. What I'm saying is thank you.
No,
And so
no
you
problems.
and your friends, you see them as a family, I suppose, now.
A very strange family, but yes,
If you don't mind me asking, and I don't mean to pry, so if this is too much information or something you don't know, you do not have to answer, but with regards to Alstaer. Okay. That's okay, maybe you can put them in the wash. We'll put them in the wash. Lily got pen on her nice shorties.
No.
It's okay. Don't worry. Oh, don't just take them off. Put them in the wash. How did you bruise your? Oh, right.
Don't follow the advice of Content Farms, where they're like, put milk on it. It doesn't. Don't do it.
No.
I usually use toothpaste.
Toothpaste, Lily, supposedly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
we're taking your
into
advice. Right. I need the toilet, so shall we pause whilst Piko-Taro pries about Alstaer and Astra?
Sounds good.
Lily, can you put your camera on?
I'm not going to see.
Okay. But we're talking about Alstaer. He's only feet away.
Okay. But also here.
You can make a perception check.
Okay. Or wouldn't it be my passive perception?
What's your passive perception?
It's a really good question.
If we are cutting back to that scene, just that, like, Alstair would feel like Astra, like, kind of, like, crying while snuggling. like next
Oh.
to him while while he's working on the sketch.
He procures a handkerchief and gives it to Astra.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not very good at comforting, but I'm here for you and you may lean against me and use this handkerchief. And the tea I can keep warm for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know what, also, I'm going to
fine.
tell you. I'll tell you the information I need. Sorry, Astra, would you repeat that?
Astra just said, it's fine. I'm not used to people finding out and then being this kind.
I have no reason to dislike the drow. Besides, you seem like a very nice person.
As you guys sit together, you do see Chorus and Sparks speaking with one another. But it's a bit hard to hear what they're saying from this distance. Something else you notice is Luran is getting increasingly busy with his shop. He has 2 versions of himself walking around dealing with customers, as well as Timmons on the till.
Also gets occasionally distracted as the two cross over. He's like, oh.
And one of them eventually does come over and just says, Alstaer. And, of course, Astra, I think I must implore you to carry on however you wish with your day, and I will join you at lunchtime. Is that all right? Hello! He turns around as he hears the doorbell go again.
Alstaer pouts and goes back to the drawing.
Astra just kind of like shields their face so that Luran doesn't see them crying. Like, pulls their hood down.
Astra, when you pull your hood down, you do feel a little warmth, and you see a little flame, a tiny little flame. It's like a kind of it's got a little blue base and a little white gold head, and it like dances around on your knee, like does a little jig for you, and then explodes into a tiny baby firework.
Luran would probably catch just a hint of a smile.
Well, I don't know what you're smiling at. Sparks, as Piko-Taro picks something up off the shelf, he just says, interesting. Alstaer is currently in a relationship with Luran, that is correct?
Yes. You know what? That also happened very quickly.
Well, these things kind of tend to do, don't they? Right, I just wanted to know. I suppose. Not to worry. Well, I suppose I have to keep a low profile now. Maybe I shouldn't be out on the shop floor. He knocks something over.
Oh, okay, I'll help. Hey.
Thank you.
Look, if you need someone to fetch something from out front, I'm happy to get something while you hang back. I don't know much about disguising.
Actually, no, that's perfect. Louis, there is something that I need. If I wrote down a shop location for you, would you be able to go and procure something for me?
Yes, I think so. I'll let everyone else know that I'll be gone for a bit. What sort of? I don't. I am in debt to Luran, but I don't have any money on my person.
Okay.
I know you've been in a cold coffin, essentially, but no, sorry. Do you have
Don't
any
worry.
money?
I wasn't going to, and I wasn't going to leave you in a difficult situation. He pulls from his pocket a loop of leather, upon which there are sort of a row of rings and signets, and he just says, I can't give you my insignia, otherwise you'd have been able to get something for free.
He smells bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah.
like poo or like?
Like litter.
Oh.
So the window's still open.
Oh, it's half closed, so it's like just on the crack. Sorry, and he says, well, I can't give you my insignia because obviously then people will be able to trace things back to you, and that's not good for you. But I can give you this, and you see a sort of like dented, kind of battered gold ring that is missing a bunch of stones, with the exception of one very nice kind of white gold rimmed diamond, which is not insubstantial, but it's obvious that it's been damaged. And he says, take this. And take this. He gives you a small pouch of coins. Could you just get this repaired for me? The shop you're looking for is the Golden Goose.
Golden Goose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yes, I will tell the others. Okay.
Of course. But keep the reason between us, if you don't mind.
Can I tell them I'm doing a favour for you?
You can, yes, of course.
All right. I'll tell them that. Okay. Then I'll have to everybody be like to Astra and Alstaer. How's it going?
Right, I think I've got about 20 minutes left in my drawing, and then it should be done, and then we can go around and find this fiend.
I was wondering, Chorus has asked me to do a short favour for him, since he probably shouldn't be seen outside. And so I'm going to do that.
So you're not going by yourself, are you?
Kev peers in. Alstaer, I was just wondering whether you wanted a refill on your chai.
I'm okay, but thank you. Could you please accompany Bluey on whatever quest that Bluey is undertaking for their chorus?
I thought your name was Sparks, and then he hops over to you.
Bluey Sparks.
But of course, yes, I can. He switches to common.
Yeah, sorry, Sparks.
But of course, yes, I can. I'll accompany you. You're welcome.
It sounded like I will come for you. Which
in your sleep. You've never seen me coming. Rest with one eye open.
Is he speaking common? Is that
that's him when he speaks common?
Like Bluey's, even I'm calling it Bluey. Sparks is hearing all these phrases and going, am I hearing what I think of it? Anyway, okay, thank you, Kev. Yeah. I'll let Luran know, but I'll just Okay. I'll be as quick as I can. Thank you.
It's not a dangerous mission, is it?
I don't think it will be.
Okay.
Unless something goes really wrong. Oh, the whisper. Okay. What's a thing of mine? Fabric. Oh no, maybe I should have one with the thing of yours on it.
Well, you could. Also, yanks out a bit of his hair and passes it to you. You can have that, and I can have.
Why doesn't Sparks just take mine? And like Astra's like kind of like taking a moment to like clean like their face up and look presentable.
That's a good point.
Why don't you just borrow mine?
Okay, so when I use it, I will be speaking to
Alstaer.
Okay.
Me. Okay, and you head out. Call center today.
You can head out. Fab. All right, so that leaves Astra, Alstaer, and Chorus, along with Luran still in the shop. No, As Sparks leaves, you notice someone enter who looks a bit familiar, but it takes you a moment to recognize them because their head is covered in bandages. Enter Shun, now recovering from his brain surgery at Sobex.
I forgot about him.
Hobbles into the shop in a daze, and heads over to the counter where he sees not Luran, and he goes, "Hello, I am looking for my friends. If you don't mind pointing me in the right direction, I think I saw you with them one time." And Luran goes, "Ah, hello, Ender." Through there, and Ender peers around and goes, "Hello, everybody.
Hello, Ender.
It's
Go sleep.
It's so good to see you after all this time."
Yeah, but you look a bit worse for wear. Maybe you should go sleep, Ender.
"Oh, but I've been asleep for ages."
Oh, but we're a bit busy, Ender.
"But I've been asleep for weeks."
Ender, there's a bed roll over there.
Weeks?
Oh, okay.
I'm not here.
Alstaer is very hyper-focused on his journal, so unless Astra wants to pick up on Ender's plight.
"Well, I guess I'll go to bed. As you say, but I mean, this is such a beautiful place. I would love to look around a bit more. Do you guys want to go sightseeing with me?"
What?
"What? Okay, never mind. Don't worry, I'll wait for you back here, and you just let me know when you guys want to go do something together. I mean, it's not like I'm supposed to, help you in your magical pursuits or anything, Alstaer. But I have plenty to offer if you want another member to your party.
I mean, rather than sightseeing, the shop is quite busy. Perhaps we could help Luran.
Well, of course, I'm very good with magic, so I can probably name a fair price." At which point, Luran pops over and just says, "Unfair. We mark up as you know what? Sit in this chair." And he pulls him over to a little tent that says fortune telling and sits him in that chair. Just wait there and see what happens.
Maybe Ender could catalogue things.
I was an archivist at the palace once.
That's nice, Ender.
Of course, that was long before the bad times started.
When did the bad times start?
Well, like ages ago. I mean, my brain I can't really do time anymore. Or distance. Look! And he reaches out for a cup that's 3 feet away and he's like,
How did you know that you wouldn't be able to reach that then? Subterfuge, he's faking it.
"I just assumed I'd either knock it over or not reach it. It's kind of a one in 5 chance that I'm going to be able to pick up what I'm looking for."
But you took that chance, didn't you, Ender?
Yep.
Also, does Ender recognize Piko-Taro?
Who are you talking about?
No, that was a me to the DM question.
He hasn't said anything.
Okay.
Horace is in the room with us, though, right?
Yep. He's looking at Ender like,
You know what this is?
uh-huh.
Ender, go do your fortune telling. We'll reconvene later.
"I'm going to tell people their futures." And he hops away.
That was very odd.
That was very odd.
Anyway, I think I'm almost done.
I'd love to see what you're working on, Alstaer.
Well, Alstair puts his sketchbook down. And should I send a picture of the drawing?
Sure.
Alstair puts the sketchbook down for Astra and Chorus to see. And supposedly the when he goes back in, but... And this is the picture he gets.
Okay.
Well, I kind of approximated things because you said they were wearing a hood, but I mean, this is kind of what matches with that sort of degree of the angle of the face, and most drow have red eyes. So some of these are just guesses.
Astra, when you look at it, you get struck with this realization that this is exactly the person who stabbed you. Perfectly written out here.
Astra looks uncomfortable but nods.
Mm-hmm.
So this is close.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He shows it to Piko-Taro. We have to memorize his face.
Okay.
Is
it not safe to say that we are dealing with someone who can change their face?
Yes, but if we keep a catalogue of their faces, you see, I already have your face, or technically the face they were using in this book. He flips it open to show. So we know this face. Flicks it open to the drow one. We know this face. So then. Oh, Anna's gone.
Oh, no, there we go.
Anna's getting a lag issue.
Bless me.
Big lag with who? Me?
I didn't know there was a big delay. I'm back now. I think. Hello.
Okay. No problem.
I love the drawing.
This is very good.
Very familiar, isn't it? Alstaer will go to the door and hears that. Can I have one of the Lorans, preferably the Loran that was the original?
Luran eventually extricates himself and says, Alstaer.
Right. We are cataloguing the faces of the person that stabbed Astra.
Okay, that's great. Can we do this at midday?
What?
Just, he looks over his shoulder and the shop is just heaving.
You don't want to even see them?
What
if they come in and they stab you?
Why don't I swap in? That I will make sure to charge appropriately.
Alright. Okay.
Inappropriately is actually how.
Appropriate to Loran's standards, of course.
Alright, show me.
He will pass over the book. So first we've got Mumsesfeld, and then we have this drow assailant who actually stabbed Astra.
Luran looks at it and then pulls it very close. Okay. Okay.
Is that alright?
He closes the book.
Do you think my drawing was bad?
Astra, did you get a look at his face properly? Did you describe this to him?
Yes, that's the person.
But you saw...
I did approximate a little bit.
Also, can you sit down, please?
Can I roll insight on Luran, or is Luran about to...
You can do if you want to.
Alstaer will sit on a poof.
He's a dirty 20.
He looks very concerned and
Like
looks
he recognizes.
concerned. Yes. Okay. So we're just going to take this one sort of piece of information at a time.
Okay. Can you pause for 1 sec?
Okay.
Sorry guys to keep you on tenterhooks. Give me 1 minute.
Are we pausing, or...
I'll be back.
Okay.
In 3 seconds.
Okay.
Just answering the door.
I want to let you all know. Well, I guess Lily isn't there. I can let Lily know later. This is a caramel brownie flavored tea.
Yum.
It's quite nice.
How's the taste?
How it feels to chew 5 gum. Sorry.
With the music swell and everything?
What does this taste like? I mean, it's
So I'm just trying
sweet.
to find a...
It's like sweet without the sugar. I don't know how they do that. But like, it doesn't taste like aspartame either. Like a... or whatever it is.
Okay.
Stevia.
Luran sits you down Alstaer in the... Yeah. Luran sits you down Alstaer. And Astra, if you want to as well, he pulls up a chair.
Of course.
Astra
Yeah,
seems
there
a bit...
is space for everyone to sit. Just assume that, okay?
Like, a bit fidgety, and like their hair starts like changing colors, y'all would, as like it's just very like quick prestidigitation stimming.
Just don't worry, this is not going to... I mean, this might come as a shock to you, but it's mostly you I'm worried about. And he looks over at Alstair. Alstaer,
What people are always worried about me. Yeah.
this is Karul's partner.
Also leaning down to look at. You sure?
I am sure. I've seen him before. I've met him.
Do you know his name?
Joel.
Alstaer writes that very firmly at the top of the page. Right?
There's an E before the O.
I speak undercommon.
That you do.
Okay, then that's two options because either Gerald has had his face taken or Gerald is involved and killed Astra. However, inherently.
I guess I didn't
I
make
know
a
which
very
one I
good
believe.
impression.
What do you mean?
Who are you talking to?
He was talking to Luran, but he also pointed out to Astra.
Astra just kind of says it, like, not really to anybody. It's more of like a...
What did you say, Astra? Sorry, I think I missed.
Sorry, the music is a little bit, intrusive again.
I'm turning it down.
Astra said, I guess I didn't make a very good impression.
Yeah. Is that quiet enough?
Yes, I can hear y'all much more clearly.
Luran, you think this is feasible?
I forgot what Luran said, I'm sorry.
He said, I know which one I believe.
Alright. I think it's time that we start considering Karul as an antagonist in this situation.
What if he doesn't know? Someone isn't completely tied up by the actions of their partner.
That's very true.
You are giving a lot of benefit of the doubt here when he's already proven himself to be trying to isolate the Alstaer.
Because he doesn't like you.
Everybody likes me.
If he doesn't like you. I will...
Well, you refuse to see it. Any wrongdoing on his part.
I do see some wrongdoing. He was very rude at the dinner. I understand that.
But you don't see that he wants to take you away?
Why would he... If he wanted to take care of anyone in this party, he would have done so himself. Why would he send his partner after Astra?
Because I was
Astra?
wearing Piko's face.
That doesn't make any sense why he would...
It makes perfect sense, Alstaer. He's been keeping tabs on you this entire time, pretending to be Piko.
Gerald might have been doing that. Karul did not do that. I'm sorry, but there's no exact proof that this is Karul.
Do you know what I know, Alstaer? He stands up and he taps the desk, and the room kind of ripples and morphs out. And everything transforms for a moment, and Piko actually looks quite shocked as the office turns into a balcony on a summer's evening. And you see Luran, and on his arm is a pink-haired individual. As the image sort of plays out, they stumble through a door, and from Luran's perspective, you see Gerald and Karul just absolutely wrapped up in one another, and you can see Gerald just hanging off of Karul. And there's a moment where they look at each other, and Luran walks away from the person he was with and instead speaks to Karul. And you hear, as if through a tunnel, words echoing. You can't hear the base of their conversation, but you hear the essence of it. The Maasai, trade, merchants, names.
Stop this.
Lauren pulls it back.
I think Astra would have gotten up to more closely investigate, to look at the faces, to try and match it to her memory to see if it's real.
Karul did not kill anyone.
I don't believe that, Alstaer.
Well,
But I'll let you make your own decisions.
We're in past them. I will contact him and I will tell him.
I don't need to tell you I think that's a terrible idea.
Well, I make my own decisions, don't I?
That you do.
Alstaer will go to a private room to message Karul with his stone that he has.
I think you kind of storm out and you find a closet.
Into the closet, wee!
Oh, Lala's down at the bottom of the...
No, you got kicked off.
Good for you, Baz.
Good for you, Baz.
And you can reach out to Karul through this stone if you wish to.
We will. It's the same deal with messaging, isn't it? It's like 26 words?
Yeah.
Karul. My party believes that your associate, Jalal, attempted to kill one of us. I would like an explanation. Please be honest with me. Also.
There's a little while before the response this time. At which point, you hear Karul say, Alstaer, I have suspected him for a while now. We'll need to meet in utmost secrecy, tell no one. I believe my life is in danger.
Wow. When and where?
Okay. Two hours. Meet me where we met in Ironstone, in the alleyway.
Alstaer will message someone else with this stone, knowing that they have Bluey, you have the stone. Bluey, please be on guard. And tell Kev, just tell Kev that we've ascertained potentially the identity of the person who tried to kill us.
Which feels like a pretty decent time to swap over. Bluey, you get this message and how do you respond?
Oh my god, I was on mute. I'm so sorry.
I was wondering if you were
Okay. Sparks is like, okay, can you let me know a face, or is it too dangerous to say?
Alstaer will just reply with, when you're back at the shop, ask them for my journal. I don't have it on me. Mm-hmm. Astra will have it.
Okay, thank you. Stay safe.
And you don't get another response. Alstaer will leave the shop immediately after that.
Okay. I think Luran follows you out. Alstaer.
I'm going by myself.
Could I actually interrupt you because I wanted to do something before you left the closet?
Yeah.
And I've written this down, but
Okay.
you said that very fast, so I didn't get a chance
She
to.
starts to prepare to leave the shop.
Okay, so when you're in the closet, sorry, just if this is happening that fast, then this is going to have to happen before. Sparks will get back to this. Alstaer, you hear a knock on the door.
Also, there's just two we're going to get out of the closet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It opens, and on the other side, you see Chorus with a pastry. Sorry. He holds it out.
Alstaer will look at it. That's for me.
That, yes. Well,
Thank you. That's very kind. He tucks it into his belt.
sorry, I did catch the end of one of your sendings. I know you're going to go.
I have to ascertain the situation before we proceed any further. Knowing Luran, he would. Well, I've only known Luran for a month, but knowing what I do with him, I fear what will outbreak between him and Karul.
You don't trust him.
Trust Luran.
I'm just asking a question.
I trust both of them. You never trusted more than one person?
I have done, obviously. It's difficult. Let me come with you. I'll look out for you.
It's too dangerous, because Astra was wearing your face when they got stabbed.
Well, I can hold my own.
As much
Maybe we can catch him in the act and then we'll get an answer out of Karul either way. Or I can hide my face.
I can't put you at risk. That would be irresponsible of me.
Well, you can't stop me coming to find you if I feel concerned. Besides, we are going to inherit a very fragile country for both of us. I have a bit of I feel a kinship with you.
If I don't want someone to find me, they wouldn't find me. And I don't want you going outside and putting yourself in danger. But thank you. I know you knew that.
He holds your shoulder and gives it a squeeze and then lets you anyway. Sparks, you are walking down the alleyway towards this really quite inconspicuous, but you can tell it's very boutique, very exclusive looking jewelers. There is no window. There's just a sign, kind of plaque on the door, which tells you this is the Golden Goose. There is a knocker, which is very, very expertly crafted. You think that in itself is probably worth quite a lot. And as you and Kev approach, Kev looks on in wonderment as to say, "This is my kind of place." But when you get your message, his expression switches from wonder to concern, and he says, "Is everything all right? Is everything all right?"
Let's keep an eye out for each other.
But of course.
Okay. Hey, can you speak Draconic? Oh no, his people speak.
Actually, yes, I can.
Whoa.
You see, there's a little girl. There is a little girl in the Ice Palace. And she only spoke Draconic when she first arrived.
Oh,
so I learned a little.
I'm not about to offend.
It's better for you.
Scottish.
I'll give it my best shot.
Okay. Well, in Draconic back, Sparks would say, look, if I say ring in this language, maybe get close to me.
Understood. And he then swaps back to common. In we go. As the door is pried open for you, and you see a very beautiful older woman. She seems to be in her 50s or 60s, and she has long, kind of like very well, kind of curled white grey hair, with a couple speckles of the original kind of like reddish colour still in there. Large brown eyes with crow's feet, and a very elegant looking dress with a half apron just tied around her waist. And she is wearing one of the finest necklaces you've ever seen. It's a delicate, almost, it looks like a first frost, with sapphires sort of like embedded in it. And she says, "How may I help you?"
Hi, I have this ring here. It's a ring of a friend's. And just wondering, how much would it be to repair?
She just she folds a velvet sort of like not rag, like piece of square fabric in her hand, and ushers you inside, closing the door behind, and places the ring very delicately in there. Pulls a pair of glasses from her apron with like 3 different lenses like on the side, pushes them forward, and then turns in each lens and has a look. Well, it is old, but of course I recognise the craftsmanship. And who I believe it went to.
That's very impressive. Sorry, I haven't been here before. I was told this was the place that could. Okay.
My name is Glorious.
Glorious.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I can fix this for you, of course. I imagine you have a small sum to send to me.
Yes. Can Sparks count up the money in the purse? Try and do it like discreetly.
Sure.
Or by discreetly, more meaning like trying not to take it out of the bag.
Yeah, trying not to be like 1, 2, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
She's being very loud, but she's not trying to be visual. Yeah.
Sure. And that's okay. You can do that. You pass it over to her, and she smiles and says, "Well, that'll more than do. If you don't mind waiting here, it'll be about 15 minutes."
Okay. Thank you.
I have experience.
Worth it. Point.
Right. You are seated in this like lovely velvet sofa. There's only one workbench in this sort of entry room, and then there's a spiral staircase that leads up to the second floor. And she closes the sort of like the cover on the workbench and goes upstairs instead, locking it behind her. And you wait for 15 minutes. And you hear a sort of like light kind of like ringing sound, almost sort of what you'd expect to hear when glass is tapped. But it's quite ethereal and very beautiful. And sure enough, 15 minutes later, when she comes down, in her hand she holds a very small box. And when she pulls it open, you see the ring is much unchanged, except where the settings for the previous stones used to be, they have been shaved away and replaced with a kind of like design. The ring itself has been cleaned. The diamond has been had no damage to it, obviously, but the setting has been fixed up. I know you're good at jewellery, don't judge me.
I'm not. It's a fancy jeweler.
Fancy jeweller. And she says, "Well, best I can do with the time and funds that we have here, but I think it's not a bad job."
Yeah, that's
Why
amazing.
music's horrible all of a sudden. Sorry.
That's right. This is great. I'm sure my friend will absolutely love this.
Fabulous. Take a mint on your way out.
Mint.
There's a little dog statue of a butler with a little tray
my God.
in the corner, and there's like mints on it. Actually, no, I'm a cat person. It's a cat statue with a little cat like the Baron from
And it's like, doggy.
The Cat Returns. Oh, I'm sorry. If there's a cat one and a dog one, you can choose.
They're holding hands because we love both.
Yes.
You know, I had just set my spells for today, and I had passed up detect poison and disease, and I feel like I shouldn't have.
I don't think they're poison. Well, I guess anything goes in Emma's game.
I like. I'll thank her very much. Gloris.
Glorious, yeah.
Thank you, Gloris. Sparks will head out with Kev, and just before Kev brings it to his mouth, Sparks will be like, "Can I just try and detect something? I can't be too comprehensive, but I'd just like to." Yes. Okay. I'll detect magic. It's the best I can do, I think. I don't think
Fair enough.
Else. The channel divinity. Unless the mint is undead, but that'd be very strange.
Yeah, sure.
An undead mint.
Yes, detect magic is.
Yeah, nice.
So for 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes, 30 feet around myself, I sense the presence of magic. If I sense magic, I can use an action to see a faint aura around the creature or around the object. If it bears that bears magic, and learning the school of magic.
Sure.
So just like focusing on each mint, I guess.
Each mint. Yeah, no, you focus on one, and it glows faintly and then fades, and then in your mind you just hear the words, "It's just a mint."
That's exactly what an undead mint would want you to think.
Lily said that's exactly what an undead mint would want you to think.
Okay. Good news, Kev. It's just a mint.
But
I'll check this one though.
Did you guys see how Baz jumped when I gave him the little touch? So
didn't.
sad. He was fast asleep, and then I went to touch him. Look how he's like, ugh. And he went. It was so funny in the replay. Anyway, Kev, very carefully, never breaking eye contact with you, puts the mint in his mouth.
Okay. It's a good
Minty. It's minty.
Okay.
And you guys start.
I assume this mint is okay. Is there? I think Sparks would be a bit like hypervigilant having cast this detect magic, and so I imagine she'll just keep on like trying to like focus in on what's around her and going, oh, it's mundane. Oh, okay, it's normal. Okay, so I imagine that keeps on happening unless there is something.
You keep focusing around for about 10 minutes or so. Is that how long it lasts?
Yeah.
10 minutes or so. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary until you turn down to walk down that alleyway that you came in through. And you see a strange sort of assembly of brickwork, and there's a gap in it which looks almost like a hand reaching up to grab your ankle where you step, and you jump away, and then it shifts and there's nothing there.
Is there any object for me to detect or creature with the magic?
Very like rock.
There are bricks, but there's nothing there.
Okay. Kev, sorry. I thought I did she feel like she felt something on her ankle?
Yes.
And in Draconic, she'll be like, ring. Ring. It's
Okay.
terrible. No, I can't do
Kev's
this.
like,
I can't do it.
and starts running in a random direction.
No. To her.
Do you stop him?
Close. No, the
Okay.
thing was to
He
keep
starts
close.
running back
Sorry.
towards you.
Maybe it's more for my. I can't. In Draconic,
Kev
she
is
says
jogging in
maybe
place
it's
like,
more
Sparks.
for.
As you start picking up your pace, I'm going to describe to you
Yeah.
what you see. In those negative spaces, you see another hand reaching forwards, and then the tip of a head, and then another arm as if something's crawling out of nothing across the floor. Each time it's right on your heels. And you look back and you stop for a brief moment and you see in a puddle on the ground, there is a shape which looks almost like a person reaching for you, about to grab your ankles, and then as you move and the perspective shifts, it just turns back into a regular puddle again.
Spookier.
And the more you notice it, the darker it seems to get. Middle of the day. Shadows clinging around the room.
Kev, you
Sparks, what's going on? No, you're just panicking. What's happening? What's happening?
I don't think I'm well.
To the doctor.
No, wait, sit down then. Let me go get you something. There's a stall just over there that's selling lemonade, and you can literally see it. It's across the road. And there is a small perch you can sit on at the mouth of this alley.
The lemonade's not undead though.
Kev just takes a coin from his pocket and runs over. He's only about 15 feet away from you. And in the moments that he heads away to do this,
Oh no.
you feel someone sitting next to you. Do you look over?
She does.
So when you kind of set your eyes on them, it's really hard to sort of see what you're looking at. It's almost like you're looking kind of at shadows. But you can see the features and the way the mouth of the alleyway casts a light on the stonework. You can see the shape of their body from the absence of anything else there.
What do they look like?
Pale, in all black, dark eyes, made of nothing. Death and memory is what they say to you.
Death and memory?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
And they're just sitting there, staring ahead, sitting beside you.
Sorry, is it that, like, when I go to look at them, what so happens to be the negative space in the alleyway makes the shape of the person next to me?
When you're looking away, you can't see them, but when you turn your head, you see them. It becomes them. It's like the way you see people.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to say, it's like the way you see people when you turn out the lights and you can see the black outlines of things in your bedroom, that kind of vibe. I'm asking you a very similar question, but I don't think you know how to answer it. Are you Bluey Sparks?
I don't tend to make a secret of it.
They reach up, and the alleyway seems to kind of like morph around their arm as they go to touch the side of your face, if you allow them to. And you can't see the hand when it gets close to you, but you feel it, and it's cold.
Oh.
I think she's feeling rather frozen. So in that way, yes, she would let them touch her face.
You have to know
You ought to know.
that I do not wish to be here, but I must be, and it is because of you. What do you protect? Tell me who you are protecting, what you are protecting, and I will turn my sights away from you. Leave you in peace. If you do not answer me, or if you lie to me, we will have to figure out another course of action.
Oh, who is this?
If Sparks gave the answer people, I've seen it done on D&D shows before. Is there a way she can do an insight check on herself and be like, is that being honest with herself? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. I think that's interesting.
It's a clever way to get around like the Sphinx riddle, almost. I'm not saying this is a Sphinx. I don't know what this is.
Do you think it's necessary, or shall
I will allow you to make that decision, because in theory you should always be able to interrogate your own character choices. But if you think this is something you would be deliberately lying to yourself about, or deliberately unaware of as from a character perspective, then I'm happy for you to figure it out however you wish to.
I think maybe the latter.
What I'm saying is, even if you fail this role, you can still interrogate it in a different way if you wish to.
Yes. Okay. I think Sparks is thinking people, and maybe there's a slight nagging to it. Like, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think back to like everything the temple taught her, and maybe how it taught her.
Sure.
And I'm not sure she can get there. So I'd like to roll insight.
Okay, sure.
That's a 22.
Okay, cool.
Ooh,
very good.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I think with that, this images kind of run through your mind. You see Astra, you see Kev, you see Luran, Alstaer, Cass, Ender, Chorus, IT, Finnegan, your family, your father, your friends from the temple, Melas. All of these images running through your mind. Clara Cerberus. All of these images running through your mind. And when you do so, the person you're speaking with shakes their head and says, "That's not possible. It's not possible, Louis Sparks."
What is it? What isn't possible?
Your answer, it's not an answer. You can't be protecting people because there are no people here. And all of a sudden you feel the alleyway just sort of shrink away, and you are seated in darkness. And you cannot even see Kev. She said, "That's not possible. You cannot be protecting people because there are no people here." Oh. The alleyway shrunk away, and you are seated in darkness, and all you see is the faintest pinpricks of dying stars
You okay?
And when you look next to you, you see where once this person was made of shadow, it seems now they're made of the opposite.
Oh.
They are a very faint grey light.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Green iced tea with ice cream.
Mm.
Oh.
There are no
Where
people
am
here.
I?
Oh. Anna, that broke my heart.
You've been here this whole time.
Ah!
We've been looking, watching you. And we cannot understand. They hold your face. What are you protecting? Tell me! And they just yell at you really loudly. And behind them, all the stars begin to flicker out.
Oh.
How are you here?
I get the feeling that I've been trained to protect a way of life, but not for everyone. But I'm not sure I want to do that.
Oh.
Just drop their hands. Life. Look at you. I don't even think this is your actual form. I think there's something else here. Something else happening.
I don't understand.
They touch your forehead. And you start to feel the boundaries of your body just kind of leach away. And you grow into something else. Your limbs extending. Your back aches as appendages like wings begin to sprout from you, and you are electric blue.
Spock the dragon?
Dragon?
The fuck is going on?
Sorry. It's okay.
I don't think any of us really know.
Okay.
You're protecting life.
Life.
Is that correct?
I want to. Am I not doing a good job?
Oh.
I'm not the person to ask that question. But you have to be doing a good job. Otherwise, I would be able to break in. See what you're protecting for myself, and if it is a problem, take it away.
You don't know what I'm protecting, but you need to know for some reason, and you need to. Indeed. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why I'm feeling too.
It's so funny, like.
It's funny, I came looking for answers, but instead I leave you with another riddle. How can you protect life in a place where life does not exist? Where there are no people? Oh well. I'll come back with more and we can ask again.
Oh my god.
And she releases you. And you hear a voice say,
Does everything like suck back in?
suck back in, yeah.
Ah.
Sparks? Sparks?
Can I
Sparks.
see the normal world? Not yet?
You can. You can.
Okay.
And you hear a voice and it just says, Sparks. And it's right up by your ear. Sparks.
Kev.
You turn around and Kev is running across the road.
Blee!
Blee! I have them! Lemonade!
Sparks is just like, what?
You look unwell!
Sparks goes up.
Yeah, literally, you just throw up rainbows. One day, I promise you, that will make a lot of sense.
Okay. Okay. See, I thought we were in danger of like metagaming with you know, with the whole Melas thing.
You're not in
No.
danger.
You're not in danger.
Who knows?
It's ever put any of us in danger.
I died.
Very
I'm just going to write
recently.
down that interaction. That's important. What are you protecting?
I need
Are
to
we
watch
taking-
that all again.
Mhm.
Jesus.
I guess we'd all have different answers.
What was that?
And so we'd all have different answers to that question.
Yeah.
But I think the one... Am I allowed to just say this out of character?
Mm.
I think the one thing that we're all protecting is technically Pico at the moment.
Who knows?
But at least I'm just going to throw that out there.
Mm.
Because I also was like, no, Pico, you must not come with me. Stay home. Behave. But thanks for the croissant.
I think Sparks would apologise for perhaps, like she did try to direct that vomit away from Kev.
Mhm.
He's like,
Thank
oh
you
my
for-
goodness.
Thank you for the lemonade. I'm so sorry. Can you? Can I hold
Mhm.
your hand and can we just sit down for a bit?
Oh,
But of course. But of course. He sits next to you and then pulls out a handkerchief with a lemon drop and passes it over, and then ungloves their hand, and he just holds out a very soft pink palm for you.
oh, that's so sweet.
Manicured nails.
She'll try not to grip it hard. She's
Never worked
I
a day
think
in his
she's-
life.
shaking. Oh yes, he'd probably feel how like calloused her hands are.
Ooh,
Mm.
you're a peasant.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay. So you're
Okay.
here. You're
Yeah.
a person, and you're here with me. And
I
that
am.
proves it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yes. Hello. I am one of those things, a real person. Bonk bonk.
Kev, what's the flavour you've gotten of lemonade?
Mine is a lemonade vanilla float. It's got a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Yours is a
God.
lemonade raspberry sorbet float. So yours is a scoop of raspberry sorbet. I thought it looked cute like a rainbow.
Safe your vomit.
Oh no!
Thank you.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think she'd want to calm down and then eventually enjoy that, and then eventually go with Kev back to Luran's shop.
Shopping.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Jesus Christ!
You would like to what, so you can do, yeah. So, Alstaer, as things happen, you do start sneaking. But before that, Astra, as you're kind of sitting down to recover, you hear a voice that you recognise, speaking to either Luran or Timmons over the counter. And they just say, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of time. I just wanted to bring this potion over to her. Perhaps get it seen to? And you hear the light, kind of elegant voice of Janzia, your mother.
Aww.
Astra probably pokes out a head
Mommy?
it's almost sus, what's mom doing here?
Do you want her to not see you?
Astra has cleaned up and mended their clothing, so I think it would take a minute just to make sure that everything is in place, looking very presentable before kind of striding out.
She looks over to you.
Is something I can help you with?
In,
Oh my goodness.
in Undercommon, she says, what name are you using here?
She would know that it's Astra, is the common one right now.
Just to confirm, though.
Yeah. Astra, sorry.
She winks at you. Astra, my darling. And she continues in common, and she comes over and holds your face and gives you a kiss on the forehead. I'd never expected to see you here. Last I heard, you were at the Temple of Bahamut. I haven't been to check in on Verinia and Onric yet. It's only been a couple of weeks. Is everything all right?
Yes, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
Of course. She looks at you knowingly and just says, if you say so.
If you would like to roll insight, Astra.
I did.
Astra rolled a
15?
It was 18 plus 6, 24.
Your dice are a curse to me. Every day I wake up and I think of you.
Astra is just getting her lies on today.
That's fine. Astra says, not Astra, excuse me. Janzia says, oh, if you say so, well, I mean, I might as well bring you into the fold. I had brought this here because I was concerned. And she unfolds a kind of wrapping, a paper wrapping around what appears to be a long cylindrical object, and you see a glass or crystal vial filled with a deep black liquid which shimmers like starlight under the firelights of Luran's shop. It is sealed with wax, silvery kind of wax, and corked, and there is a purple ribbon tied around its neck. And Janzia says, I was going to give this to the piety here, Luran. I know he is rather well acquainted with these kinds of potions, but it seems instead you are also well acquainted with him. What are you doing back there? Unless you were caught shoplifting.
Oh, no, I was just on a break.
Yes, she smiles. Never get caught, dear. Well, perhaps you could help me then. I was worried this might be poisonous, and considering where I picked it up from, that piqued my worry even further. And, well, I wanted a better healer than just a hobbyist to look at it.
Well, I can certainly manage the healing, but I do believe Luran is far more skilled in ways of alchemy.
Fair enough. She lays it out for you and says, well, this is the story. And kind of hearing that you two are now, are related somehow, making that connection, Luran comes over and leans on the counter, a little distance away from you, but listening in, to sort of see what's going on. And Astra, this does appear to be the double of Luran. But when the original Luran comes in after chasing Alstaer out when he left the shop, he leans in exactly the same position and they merge kind of back into one. At which point he winks at you. And Janzia just says,
I'm seeing double. 4 Lorans.
All around.
2 Lorans.
I was gonna go with the and better make it trouble.
1?
Uh,
No. Oh, God.
Today is Lily's day. I'll give you one.
No, you don't have to.
Thank you.
Janzia says, I was coming from Ganarok Way. A disturbance caught me there. And, oh yes, I love you.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? What is...
Sushi.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, very nice.
That one is like the best roll. Mm.
No.
Pardon me. So,
You have to figure it out. I have it.
Okay,
hi.
it will bother me until I ask, what is it? What is the best roll?
Oh, it's aburi salmon with avocado and prawn tempura.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. At Luran's shop, he wishes to give you wares. Luran watching Janzia and Astra have a conversation like... Lala, what are you doing?
he's good.
Anyway, sorry, he is, Lala, I'm worried. He's coming. No! not the keyboard myself. No.
We got a rare shot of Beans as he lifted his paws up.
Oh. No.
Okay, you can go up there if you want to, but that's on your own risk.
Oh.
Anything to be near Mama's. So, what happens is, Janzia says, I was coming down from Ganarok Way, you see, and I bumped into the procession of people heading towards, well, the sands and the gauntlet, and the grasses for the fighting pits. And I came across a vendor I did not like the look of. Counterfeit spells. And, well, these. He said they were potions of storm giant strength. Well, I know for a fact those are hard to come by, but I guess the regular populace doesn't. And Luran chimes in, yes, well, they're not even usually potions, they're belts, but go on. And she nods and says, precisely. So I stole one.
So I stole it.
Astra looks very proud.
And spread some rather choleric rumours around his cart.
Mm.
Don't worry, I healed everyone I pretended was sick. But you see, well, I thought I'd bring this here so that you might get an idea of what's going on with it. I don't like the look of it, and I don't have the skill to figure out what's going on here myself. What are you trying to do?
Oh, Lala. He thinks you have the sushi.
I know.
Oh, Lala.
What say you to a little magical investigation then, my love? And she looks over at you. Astra.
Absolutely. If it's dangerous, we should definitely be keeping it away from the general populace.
Indeed. Well, that's yours. I spoke to the vendor very briefly.
Were they handsome? Like close up?
Did you get a description of them?
They appeared to be... Oh. No, please don't. Please, Lala, not the keyboard.
Oh, no! Hold on.
Lala. I want to play D&D.
Play D&D, Lala. Lala, please.
Oh my god. So she jokes stuff.
She says, the potion vendor was an odd man. He was rather large and seemed heartbroken.
Oh, good
Heartbroken?
Indeed. Said that he had left behind a life on the seas to pursue his one true love, but, well, I don't know much about that. A large man, a rough voice, said he had a son. Didn't catch the name.
He's a big gun. 100%.
No.
I think Astra's writing this all down in a notebook and then just stops mid-word. Did you catch a name, perchance? Maybe a Big Ed?
You know what? If anyone was going to be called Big Ed, it'd probably be him, yes.
Damn. As we all know, there's only one heartbroken person existing in this world. It's got to
Who
be
has any
him.
reference to us? Yeah, exactly.
Mm. Didn't catch that, so sorry.
There is only one he-him lesbian with a son who was left behind the pirate life after his heart was broken.
Mm.
Anyway, Janzia says, that's all I know, really. I am worried about what's happening in the fighting pits. If this is the kind of thing that they're using, I get the impression it wouldn't be pretty. Now, darling, we must go for tea.
Have a lovely tea, and I will attempt to figure out what's going on with this potion of sorts.
Understood.
Potion seller.
There's no more, guys.
And I hope you have a lovely visit in town. Stay out of trouble.
I will head over to Frenier and Onrix. You can find me there. And then tea.
I probably won't be back this time. But
Okay.
they have a small child they're looking after.
Anything I need to know? She looks as if to say, have you got grandchildren? Have I got grandchildren now?
Not mine. Someone we're just looking after for the time being.
Understood.
Hopefully we'll be able to return her parents. But
All right. She smiles, stands up and says, I leave this in your care. and to your judgment as to what to do.
Well, if I have to go deal with it, it is very unlikely I'll be seeing you for a little bit.
I'll check in a couple of minutes. And she hugs you.
Months?
Astra returns the hug, and it's probably a little tighter than Transia expects.
Mm-hmm. She squeezes you and just says an undercom in your ear. I'll find you, don't worry.
I know you will.
That's fine. And she will leave.
Astra will kind of like just send like a thaumaturgy whisper over to Luran, like, thank you for not mentioning last night's events.
I wasn't planning on it. Now, this seems intriguing. And he picks up the bottle and takes it to the back with you. As you do, you see an albino rat run out of a closet and out the front door. And Luran just goes, oh. Fine, whatever.
I can get a head start on this if you have something to do.
Luran shakes his head. I can't be his keeper, even if I am concerned for him. He has to discover some things on his own. And if one of those things is that his old friend has been lying to him, then even if I want to protect him from the truth, it wouldn't do anything to do so. Come on. If he doesn't come back in an hour, then I will go and find him.
I guess. I just want to show you briefly.
Oh,
Libby! That's pretty cute.
Amongst other stickers from Smash.
Oh,
Just happened upon them.
Ah!
And then
Liz! I loved him so much.
I will go to the alleyway if I'm allowed to. You are allowed to, indeed. Okay.
alleyway.
The rat makes the trip to the alley.
and when you do, you see already waiting there is Karul wearing a cloak, and it is drawn very close and very tight.
Alstaer will transform.
He steps out of the shadows and comes towards you and pulls you into a hug, and he says, "Were you followed?"
I don't think so.
"We have to leave.
Go back.
It's not safe here. At least, definitely not for me.
Where do you want?
I have a residence. Somewhere we can hide. Do you trust me, Alstaer?"
Well, I came here so you could explain. I didn't come here to leave.
"I can explain, I'm just..." And he looks around and he sighs and he says, "Nervous to be out here."
Why don't you come back to Luran's shop with me?
"Who else is there?
Just the party?
The people you met 2 weeks ago? I cannot trust them. I can trust only you, who I have known for many years, Alstair. I've seen you. I know your values. You wouldn't betray me.
Tell me what is happening."
Come." And he pulls you into the alcove he was kind of crushed in. And he says, "Many decades ago, I fell for someone. I didn't realize they're not a good person, Alstair.
It's not like you to misjudge someone.
Love does things. Makes you see good where there is none, Alstair.
okay?
I will not lie to you when I speak now. We travelled together. I saw him do awful things and I excused them. I loved him. Look into my eyes and tell me I'm lying if you don't believe me.
Can I insight check him?
You can.
That makes sense. 9.
9. Well, you know what? You believe he is telling the truth.
Mm.
If that's what you choose to believe. This man came from the Underdark. He told me that he had been expelled by them. I did not know his crimes were so severe. I did not know his goals were so violent.
Why did he stab Astra?
I don't know.
Why did he impersonate? You don't know where he was at that dinner.
He promised me he would never hurt you.
He tried to stop me from meeting him.
Don't trust his lies.
If you come with me, we can protect you.
I don't trust your friends, Alstaer. I only trust you.
And what would you have me do? I can't leave them and I can't leave you. If you're in the danger you say you are, then
I understand. Then he hugs you and he says, "Thank you for meeting me. I know you believe me." You must choose. And I know it would be selfish of me to assume you would choose me over these new friends of yours. So I will not make you make that choice.
what do you mean?
I hope we meet again, Astra.
He grabbed onto Karul's wrist. Don't, please.
I cannot stay and you will not go. So I must leave, Astra.
You can't go if he's... This person isn't just coming after you, he's coming after me and my friends. You can't just leave.
I have reason to believe if I go, he will follow me, and I might be able to lure you some time to get out of the city.
Why don't you help us?
Because I'm a target.
So are we.
So are you. Your friends are collateral. They will die if you do not leave. I've heard him say this.
He's still here. Do you know why he stabbed Astra?
He can change his face. He could be any of them. He only needs the other person to be incapacitated. Or dead. And you'd better hope it was the former and not the latter.
If you love this person, how can you prove to me that you don't still... I'm sorry.
You can't ask that of me, Alstaer. My heart would betray me. All I can do is show you that I still care for you. If you will not go, then you must allow me to look out for you in my own way, from a distance.
That's not work. You just keep running away.
You could come with me. It's your choice. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-da, bum, bum.
Emma, mute for a sec.
We're going to take a brief break whilst Lily considers what to do.
Very good.
Could I request a slightly longer break so that the rest of us can get food and restroom breaks and whatnot?
10 or 15? What would be better for you?
10 or 15 is good for me.
Okay, let's do that.
Thank
you guys at around 10 past. Okay.
Okay.
Going. Okay.
Okay. I'll just have even if this doesn't quite perfectly lead on, I'll just say it so that you can get to a good point, Lily. Karul looks at you and holds out his hand and he says, "You have to come with me. Please. I won't be able to protect you otherwise."
You. Also kind of stumbles back a little bit and holds onto the wall. You. I think I should talk to...
He takes a step forward.
I need to talk to...
Alstaer.
Anna?
I'm sorry. If it's possible to turn down the music a little bit more.
It's just hard to hear Alstaer because he's
No,
quiet.
How's that?
I think that's better.
Alstaer, can you speak?
Hello!
Much better.
That was very loud.
But that's better.
A little bit, don't we? Okay.
Also stumbles backwards and holds onto the wall.
And Karul walks forwards and holds out his hand.
I need to talk to Luran.
No, you don't. And he twists his hand, and also you feel a cold touch at your back, and it pulls you forwards towards him. And you are almost as if someone is holding you by the scruff. You are right under his nose, and he says, "Alstaer, I've had enough of this."
Alstaer is too shocked. The man was too shocked to speak. But the player wasn't.
I've had enough of this. All the care I raised you with, is this what I get from it? Where is loyalty?
Let me go.
No, Alstaer. I'm not going to let you go. I know exactly where I'm going to put you, and I will let you stay there, keep you there, hold you there, until you see reason. There is a safe house for me. For you, there is another alternative, and he holds your shirt. Also, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
It could have been really good, guys.
No!
No! You want to see? Come on.
Go on.
God's sake. That is 13.
13. Your feet feel like they leave the ground. There's a feeling like rushing. You felt before, but you can't place it where.
Before this happens, Alstaer will rip the button off of the blouse he's wearing and drop it. The blouse that I made.
Your feet hit solid wood, and you are somewhere you cannot place, where the earth around you is wet and dripping and smells like sulfur.
Oh, nice.
You hear the rush of ocean hitting against something near you.
Okay.
But Karul doesn't let you go, and he just says, all this time, Alstaer, I've tried to get you to see reason.
Can I get away from him?
If you struggle, he does. Go on. See how far you get.
Why?
Why? Also, why do you think I was in the Messiah in the first place?
Can I look around for any openings in this place?
Sure, there is one to your left. It is a light, kind of like narrow cavern. It's just enough for you to crouch out of if you wanted to crawl through it. But you'd have to get on your knees at one point. Unless you wish to transform.
I will. Also, it's in a bit of a state of shock, I think, which puts him into a bit of flight response.
Sure. There is also a door. But it is black and it is set into the wall.
Mm.
And something about it, when you look at it, gives you a sense of dread that you can't quite place.
Where is this place?
It is my safe house.
Also kind of slowly gets to his feet.
Go on. Run, Alstaer.
Where would I go? I don't know where this is. I don't know what's around me.
I thought you wanted to get away from me so well.
I don't want to get away from you. I just didn't want you to leave.
Well, I'm here now. And I will be. Go through that door.
Is this the black door?
Yeah.
No.
You don't get to say no anymore, Alstaer. The answers are yes. Go through the door.
I don't want to.
It's not a good answer, Alstaer. And he gets up and he puts his hand on your back. Please. Go
What's
through.
through the door?
Peace.
I think at that point Alstair starts struggling and he's going to run for the exit.
Alstaer, that is not a good choice. And he reaches out a hand and the rock just kind of melts like magma, closing that gap.
Right, I would like to try and... Hold on. Oh, I don't know, shake. I would like to mold earth to try to open it again.
Okay, I will need you to make me an Arcana check, please.
That's 15.
15. You have an opening. What do you do?
I'm going to try and go for it. He really doesn't want to go through that door.
As you scramble forwards, you kind of like feel your feet connecting with hot and brittle rock and you fall through. At one point, the bottom of your shoe scalds you so bad you feel like your flesh might be melting into it. But you keep persisting and you scrabble through that tiny gap. And then you feel yourself break through rapid air hitting your skin and you look down and you see water, jagged rock, sticking up out of the ground.
I still have my message straight on me.
And a storm. You do.
I would like to, in the moments I'm sure I have, message Luran
Okay.
and just say, help me.
As you peek out over the edge of this world, Karul says, I thought you wanted to escape me so badly. You're not going now? Or does the other option seem kinder?
Alstaer will hide his stone in the rock by using water. Is there anything I can discern from the seascape that I can see?
Yes, there is an island or a country or something, a landmass, about 3 miles away from where you are.
As I hide the stone, can the stone only transmit words? Or can it do images as well?
Words, I think.
Okay, very garbled almost. I think he'll describe the place to Astra.
Okay.
Making the decision based on the fact that he thinks Astra's probably the only one in the group who can draw. Because Luran only does technical drawings.
You feel something cold grab your ankle and pull you back. And you're standing limply, but still standing in front of Karul again. The room that you're in here has sort of been arranged to look like a tidal kind of like cave. It's half filled with water, then there's a rocky ledge, and then there is the door set into it.
Okay.
And Karul looks at you and he says, I've waited a long time, Alstaer. I have been patient. I hope you understand that.
So if I go through that door, what happens?
We wait.
You go first.
It's not for me. It's for you.
I don't think Alstaer can do anything. Hold on. He can. Alstaer, stepping back a little bit, will use his new ability and touch his chest and turn invisible.
Okay. Karul hisses and says, you think that's going to help you, Alstaer?
And he will immediately shrink into the water and kind of drift into a further corner.
Okay. As you drift down, you hear him sort of rushing around the cavern like wildly. You see the rock kind of forming into these like hands that is like rushing through the spaces, and a couple of the tendrils kind of like come into the water and steam and solidify.
He will stay in Karul's wake, I think, so that his movements are disguised by Karul's movements.
Indeed. But before you can get to that point, when you sink down into the water, you don't feel alone.
What's in the water?
Gripping the back of your shirt very lightly as the bubbles kind of form up around your body. Not betraying you, but just about giving an idea of where you are. Someone with long kind of purple fingers just feels up your arm until they find the base of your neck and your ear.
Oh. I think also can't help but yelp at that.
Karul spins around, and in that moment, you feel something heavy thud against your skull. Just before you lose consciousness, before you are incapacitated, you see your own face looking back at you.
No!
And swimming to the surface.
Okay. Wait, am I incapacitated under the water, or am I just... I don't know.
You don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Hey.
Yes, Bluey. Yes, Anna.
I don't have anything to add. Just
Oh my god.
So, back in the shop.
I didn't get a reply, did I? Anyway. Bye! I'm incapacitated under the water, help me!
oh.
As the two of you sit down with this potion ahead of you, I think, Astra, you and Luran lock eyes. And he stands up immediately and he just says, "Fucking knew it!" And he gets up.
I need a map. I need a map to be able to find them.
Luran looks around his room and then just wipes his hand across the globe and it spins. And the shapes of it unravel and sort of fill up like a projector the room around you. Bluey, this is the scene you come back to after your own harrowing encounter in the darkness. I'm just going to have a
Oh my
bite.
god, I really can't wait to sit down and have a cup of tea with my friends.
At least people are here, and I'm not alone. Right, Kev?
You come into the scene. Luran yells at you. Lock the door. We need to find where he went.
Alstaer?
He's gone.
Okay.
What did you order? Oh, yeah. So, everyone, this is a skill challenge. In order to find Alstaer, you need to use the skills you have available, or the spells, or etc.
Find Alstaer!
So, what I'm going to do, you can also, and I will allow you, act for any NPCs if you want to collaborate with them, to use their skills.
Sorry.
To use their skills. And so, Sparks. Oh, nice. That's sick. And Astra, what would you like to do?
What skill would it be to try and identify this place via the information that Alstaer transmitted?
History or nature?
Pretty please. Pretty please.
Yes. Yes.
We've got to do some thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stay by me for a minute, and Sparks will do channel divinity Watcher's will. She's gonna pick Astra and I think Luran. No offense, Kev. And for the next minute, myself, Astra, and Luran have advantage on intelligent. Oh fuck! No, sorry, I misread it. It's saving throws, not checks. Fuck! I'm so sorry. That would have been so cool. Except no, it's saving throws.
That's okay.
Never mind. Just ordinary brain time.
Okay, don't worry.
I'm so sorry.
That's alright, it happens.
Oh. Okay. Go ahead.
Did you said it was history or nature?
Mm-hmm.
As someone proficient in nature, I'm gonna pick that one.
Okay.
For a 24, almost the highest I can roll.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you know what? Because I love the power of friendship, and because I think it was a really inspired idea, Anna, you can get inspiration for your. So that would be a D6 or a D8. I think a D8 added to a D20 roll of your choosing. Okay.
And
With your 24, when Luran unspins the map, he says, describe it to me.
Astra just flow of consciousness, word for word, everything that Alstaer said.
There's one description which gives you an indication. I think also would have said that the water was warm, and that the stone was white. And I think that alone kind of gives you an inclination that it is going to be towards the far eastern shores of Ashura. Still on this plane, because he was able to contact you. And Luran says, Astra, are you able to scry?
I don't have the power to. Not yet.
Also, isn't there is at the house if they want to use it?
I can attempt it, but it might exhaust me, and you might need my abilities for healing.
Let me just see if Luran can do it. I don't know if he prepared that today, which is really frustrating. I know, but I just want to check this first.
I am under the water. Blah, 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 blah.
Under the sea.
Bum ba ba bum.
Under the sea.
Bum bum ba bum.
Darling, please save me.
Everything's
Emma.
painful. He doesn't have it. Yes.
As far as you can remember, the spinach that Sparks got from
Yeah.
Chloe,
Yeah.
what does that do again? Is it like a dex sort of thing?
It
Or
makes
does it
you
just
stronger.
literally-
It's Popeye.
Oh.
Get it? Spinach.
Why did I put emphasis on spinach then? Spinach.
Spin.
Spin it.
Look at me. Spin.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Wind
Sorry.
up. Anyway.
But I had accidentally
You were
obscured
going to
the
just
video.
like,
Sorry.
wee over to Alstaer.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Fuck.
Don't worry. Okay, so, first of all, Luran says, Astra, you think it's here? And he points to this location on the map, which seems to be in the Achillean Bay, which is a collection of two different countries, Igreso and Ashisel, which you guys obviously have heard of before.
Based on the natural surroundings in that area, yes.
Along the coastline.
Definitely.
He turns the map in his hand and draws it upwards until you see a 3D kind of demonstration of this coastline. He says, time to start looking. I'm going to scry on him. But knowing Karul, if he's done something, if this is his fault, there might be something protecting him from that.
Maybe we can't scry, but perhaps we can attempt to find something on Alstair's person.
We'll go where they went. Kev, and he looks over at Kev, who is sobbing in the corner. Look at Astra's drawing. Look at this map. Here is my sending stone. Tell me if you find a match. Understood? And Kev just nods. And then crawls over and clings to you, Astra, and starts wailing more.
Astra will just kind of stroke Kev's hair and kind of just pat him on the back. Maybe give him a little warm blanket.
And Luran moves out of the workshop and gestures for you guys to follow.
Astra will just guide Kev and just continue patting.
Pico and Ender try to follow on, but Luran stops them both and says, "You're a liability. You are basically the reason we're in this mess. Both stay here."
If Kev is going to keep sobbing, I'm going to insist that he stay here as well.
There we go. Wonderful. Us three, dream team. Let's go. Sparks?
Stay safe.
She's gonna
And
direct Kev to, like, Pico.
The three of you head out, and Luran traces the path using magic that Alstaer took until you get to an alleyway. An alleyway which you guys vaguely remember from being chased by the Thieves Guild. And I would like everyone to make me an investigation check, please.
$19.
Okay.
Well, it would be a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I might use that D8, did you say? Inspiration?
You can. Yeah.
Come on.
Sick.
Spooky. Nice. Happy?
How we doing, Anna?
That's it's a grand total of 5.
What? No! I'm sorry. I am sorry.
That's okay. At least it's pretty.
Oh,
Yes,
my,
I love
my.
the Moonstone dice.
Very pretty. I just need to roll for Luran. And Astra, what did you roll?
19.
19. You were the first to spot. On the floor, there is a pink, kind of like shining light, a button which seems to have been strewn across the ground. And around that point, you also smell a faint scent of smoke.
You found something?
Astra will, like, lift the button up. And it's clear that, like, she's kind of got a scent. And she kind of just sneezes a little bit. Smells like smoke. Do you catch that?
Yeah.
I know the smell.
Yeah, you did
Right.
like 3 packs a day, right? Or
God.
She offers the
Luran
button to
focuses on
Luran.
that. Sorry?
She offers the button to Luran.
Luran reaches out for it and kind of takes it in his hand and looks at it around. Right. Sparks.
I would like to use one divine sense here that I think it just lasts equivalent of 6 seconds. It would be location of celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover, knowing the type if there's any, and also within the same radius, presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated as with the Hallow spell. I am especially wanting to know, is there anything about this place that is consecrated or desecrated? Maybe more desecrated, I don't know. Is there anything like that? Do I get any creatures?
Yeah, I understand. Nothing pops up on your radar just then. Nothing pops up on your radar for that.
Thank you.
Only Alstaer's faith in humanity has been desecrated.
Well, okay.
Humanity or just Karul?
Everyone.
And
there.
So,
Shit.
with that in mind, Luran says, enough of this. We're going. And he starts casting a spell on the ground that kind of lifts this golden pattern. And around you, you guys feel the sort of space begin to shift and warp. And then all of a sudden, the magic stutters. And what was once magic you'd seen from him before, all of a sudden it flares up as if far, far more powerful than anything Luran has done before. And when you look over at him, there is a shift in his expression and a darkness in his eyes that wasn't there previously. And he just says, why does he have to ruin it every fucking time? And all at once, the lights around you guys are snuffed. And Luran is holding just a fistful of gold. And he releases it, and the world remakes itself around you. And you guys are standing on a coast, somewhere hot, somewhere you've never been before. And Luran folds forward and sort of like collapses into the water and starts coughing, and he coughs into the back of his hand. And when he takes it away, he's bleeding slightly from the mouth. Then he looks bewildered.
Are you alright? Do you need...
I'm fine. It's not what I intended. I thought... I had meant to use it as a conduit to see where they went, but...
The button?
He opens his hand and it's just a powder in his fist.
What, I guess?
Luran has done some magic that was very strange.
Can I do a medicine check?
You can, yeah. What's that?
It's a dirty 20.
He seems okay. Looks exhausted. And he just says, Astra, is this anything at all like what you saw? What he described?
Based on the nature check earlier, would this match up with what?
Almost.
Almost. What, if anything, seems to be amiss?
The shape of some of the rocks, the shape of the coastline. You get the impression that you're potentially accurate to about 50 miles.
We're close. We're not quite there. Do you think we're close enough for you to track him in some way?
I might need your help, and I might need you to carry me. He looks over at you, Blue.
Yes.
Suppose we're walking, so I didn't bring the carpet. Fucking hell. And someone tell Kev we're in a different time zone. And you guys can start walking along the coastline, I suppose. If that's what you want to do.
I just want to make a note, because Sparks' chain mail was damaged in that last fight.
Okay.
I think she would have definitely taken it off and is not carrying it with her, which means that her carrying capacity will be much greater.
A sleigh.
Carry around
Maybe, who knows? Maybe she could carry both.
Alstaer, Luran, and Slayer.
all of you guys.
Astra's
Good thing
probably going to be like
Astra and-
closer to the ground, like looking for any signs that, like, since Alstair left a button before, if there's anything else that he would have left.
Okay.
And the other thing he left was the sending stone that's in the rock.
You guys start walking. Alstair.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. Wait, no, I'm incapacitated.
Oh,
When yes. What?
Sparks would definitely still have the other.
Sending stone.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was referring to when Karul was like, when Luran was like, someone tell Kev we're in a different time zone. So when
I can do this.
Alstair, when Karul was trying to grab you, a melted kind of rock, almost in the shape of a hand, caged over the water and dug its fingers in, and steam kind of rolled off it and hardened it in place. Just in those moments before you feel yourself being taken by unconsciousness, you feel that your chest just hit one of those rocks and your face just about break the surface. Obscured behind that rock, you blearily able to breathe,
Ground, that's good.
look over, and you see yourself emerging from the water,
I am like,
head tilted down, and a voice just says, "There is no escape then." And Karul grins and just says, "No. I'm glad you see that now." It's this or nothing. And Karul nods. The other Alstair puts their hand on the door. And before they go in, they just say, "I can feel your magic. I can feel how far it extends." Oh my god, Lily, how much have you ordered?
Oh, would you mind getting that one? I'm sorry, I've gone down so many times.
Okay, hang on.
Sorry guys, people at the door. We started 15 minutes late. Leeway. I'm happy. Sorry.
It extends. I couldn't write that properly for some reason. Extends.
What was the last thing that, like, Falstair said?
Foster. He said it extends everywhere, I think. Foster, I love that. I wonder who that is. But why?
But I needed to have a very quick shorthand of how to write the second Alstair.
Foster, I love it.
Can I propose an as in, like, I love Falstair and I want it to stay. How about a second name would be Brian?
To Brian. Oh, the window. Foster and Brian. So funny. Oh.
So, the other Alstair says, "I can feel your magic. I can feel how far it extends. You're not even powerful enough to hide the shell of this place. I pity you."
Ooh.
And he opens the door. And you see this Alstaer is just consumed by shadow. And the door slams shut.
Does Paul go after full stab or?
That is roughly about when you collapse properly. Leaving you with that one hint of information. You are face up in the water.
You're not even powerful enough to hide this place? I pity you?
Yeah, that's like crazy.
Did you hear what he said specifically?
I feel like I missed a line in between, maybe.
You're not even powerful enough to hide the shell of this place.
The shell of this place. Thank you. I knew there was something missing. The shell of. Jesus.
So good.
It is a hint, if that helps.
Does that mean you'll be able to find it?
I don't know.
It's in the shape of crab. Do we both just say crab at the same time?
I'm guessing it's Karul's house in the cliffs. But that's metagaming. We don't know that.
Thatcher is dead, or whatever one of the memes was.
I started making crab
And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
But we started 55.
Because that's where I planned on leaving it anyway.
Oh.
So good.
Actually, that's a lie. I planned on leaving it in a different place. But this is where I have decided to plan on leaving it, when I realised what
You thought that was double meanie poo-poo.
No, as in, like, when I thought it was going in a very different direction. I thought the game was going to end very differently.
Can you play again soon?
Do we want to have a look at what dates we can do?
You just